the sports page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
Good morning, Mike Bianchi. How are you, man?
I am doing great. The sports page is brought to you by Hard Rock Hotel, Daytona Beach, the perfect weekend beach getaway, not even an hour's drive from downtown Orlando. Right now, guys, they have a Florida residence offer, 20% off room rates, and a free $50 food and beverage card. Where do you guys want to start?
Well, it is Overreaction Football Monday, and obviously there's a ton to address both in college and pro. Do you want to take care of the non-football related stuff first? Maybe American League Championship Series Game 1 last night?
That's right. My Mariners getting it done last night against the Blue Jays. Cal Raleigh hits another home run. The Blue Jays win that 3-1. They take a 1-0 lead.
Mariners win.
Yeah, the Mariners win that and take a 1-0 lead on the Blue Jays. And, yeah, Game 2, by the way, is today. The Dodgers play the Brewers in Game 1 of the NLCS today as well. The Brewers closed out the Cubbies over the weekend. So that was baseball. Orlando City, they fall over the weekend to Vancouver. Doesn't matter. They're still in the playoffs. The Pride prevail over Portland over the weekend, so they're just playing for playoff positioning as well. By the way, Orlando City only has one more game left of the regular season. That'll be this coming weekend. And what about Denny Hamlin getting it done in NASCAR out at Vegas? 60th career victory for Denny Hamlin. Of course, he's the greatest driver not to have won a championship, at least active driver not to have won a championship. He advances into the final round, the final four of the NASCAR playoffs. Denny Hamlin is awesome. I love that guy. Love him.
Do you want to give a how'd that taste to the Miami Heat?
Oof.
I know it's preseason, but yeah.
It is. How'd that taste? Miami Heat.
Magic. Get done. Yeah.
Dude, do you realize I was driving down the 417 or whatever yesterday, and somebody passed me and then tried passing and got stuck, and I looked over and go, how'd that taste? I used your phrase to a driver yesterday. I swear. I promise you.
I thought you were going to say they had a Heat license plate.
Well, they did.
Okay.
That was part of it, is they had the Heat license plate, and they just go revving up, and they get locked in. I'm like, dude, I'm going pretty fine. How'd that taste?
Oh, my God.
All right, football. How'd that taste? San Francisco 49ers, Baker Mayfield. Again, they're chanting MVP for him over in Tampa, and he might very well be the MVP. He throws a couple more touchdown passes. This time the Bucs did not have to rally at the end of the game to win. They comfortably beat the 49ers 30-19.
How about that 14-yard third down scramble?
Oh, God.
He was like a pinball.
Yeah, 3rd and 14. He ducks away. Looks like he's going to get sacked. He escapes. Yeah, as Lynch just said, pinballs off some defenders, then dives head first to get the first down. It was an unbelievable play. That guy has moxie, man.
That's a leader right there, is what that is.
And who was it that made that famous phrase? What was it again? Baker in for the win. Remember that one about 8 years ago?
That is correct. Our own Taco Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Taco. He saw this coming 8 years ago.
Football legend, even though my fantasy team sucks balls. Anyway.
Yeah. My Jags sucked yesterday. They lose to the Seahawks at home 20-12. Jackson Smith in Jigba catches a couple of touchdown passes, 8 receptions for 162 yards for him as the Seahawks roll. My Jags.
Dude, and
Trevor Lawrence.
That's with the Seahawks having to make that god-awful long trip and play in the early window, man. That's tough for those teams.
I think the Seahawks are 22-6 over the last decade in 1 p.m. kickoffs on the East Coast.
That's crazy.
Traveling east does not bother them at all.
Crazy.
In fact, they bothered Trevor Lawrence because he was sacked 7 times by the Seahawks. So, wow. Yeah, not a good loss for my Jaguars, but they're still 4-2. The Dolphins, your Dolphins, Lynch, were booed off the field yesterday by the Chargers. They end up losing that game 29-27. Tua threw 3 interceptions. One of them, at least, was not his fault. He hit Jalen Waddle right in the hands. Ball bounced up. It gets picked off. Tua, after the game, by the way, called out some of his teammates and said, hey, these guys aren't even showing up for players-only meetings. So
when the Dolphins got that go-ahead touchdown, they left 46 seconds on the clock, and then they let them return it to the 41-yard line. I'm like, It's over. Yeah. It's over. They are screwed.
Yeah, and they were.
God.
So, yeah, Dolphins, it seems like things are unraveling when the quarterback is calling out his teammates in press conferences. So we'll see what happens there. Other football action over the weekend. The Meatheads can't handle the Chiefs. Chiefs take down the Meatheads last night 30-17. There's a fist fight after the game on the field because of one of Detroit's players. I guess he didn't shake Patrick Mahomes' hand. Brian Branch and Juju Smith-Schuster took umbrage with that and said something to Branch, and Branch took a swing at him, and a fist fight ensued.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs end up winning that game. How about Rico Dowdle, right? Rico Dowdle, who was the backup running back of the Panthers like 2 weeks ago. Last week he runs for over 200 yards. This week he goes for over 200 yards from scrimmage against his former team, the Cowboys. He wanted to come back to the Cowboys this year. Cowboys said, no, we don't want you. So he moves on to Carolina, and now he's had 2 straight 200-yard games.
And he told them before the game what he was planning to do to them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better.
Strap up your chin straps because Rico's coming to town, baby.
Yeah.
And then
Rico.
Afterwards in his press conference, he should have said, how'd that taste?
Yeah, absolutely. Old slow Joe Flacco didn't help the Bengals much. He was the starting quarterback yesterday. They lose to the Packers 27-18. What about the Jets yesterday morning? My God, the Broncos beat them 13-11. The Jets had negative 10 yards net passing. Justin Fields, by the way, sacked 9 times in that game. Any other big games over the weekend?
Let's get to the college and all the fireworks going on there, man.
Yeah, let's start with Penn State has fired James Franklin after a 3rd straight loss. James Franklin, they're paying his $50 million buyout, so he's on his way. I don't know where he'll end up. Somebody will end up hiring James Franklin. He's, Penn State was in the playoff last year. Let's not forget that. But he gets bought out. FSU loses their 3rd straight game, 34-31 to Pitt, which was a 14-point underdog. So Mike Norvell's going to be on the hot seat now. Yeah. By the way, Florida State has lost 9 straight conference games dating back to last year. Not good for Florida State. Mike Norvell's buyout, by the way, is $53 million after this season. So we'll see what happens with him. The Gators lose to Texas A&M 34-17. Billy Napier, obviously on the hot seat. He's 0-13 on the road against top 25 teams now. So pressure on him is going to be intensified.
Did you hear what Texas A&M did to rub it in their faces at the end?
Ruthless.
What'd they do?
They played I Won't Back Down in the stadium.
Yeah. I did see that. Yeah. Well, hey. You win. To the winner goes the spoils.
How about Indiana? Indiana, dog.
Well, let's keep it local real quick. UCF ended up losing their 3rd straight game as well in conference. So not a good weekend for our state teams. Miami was off. Yeah, Indiana, man. How about those guys? I'll tell you what, Kurt Signetti, Indiana's coach, he is going to get some traffic as far as job offerings coming up. I mean, if the Gators end up firing Napier, I think they should call him as well as Lane Kiffin. But yeah, Indiana beats Oregon 30-20. Best game of the weekend, though, did you watch that Alabama-Missouri game?
Yeah, that was good.
Wow.
That was a hell of a game. Alabama just ekes out a victory over Missouri 27-24. Texas manhandles Oklahoma 23-6 after losing to the Gators last week. College football is so unpredictable. Lynch texted me over the weekend. I love the chaos.
Yeah, it's great.
It's college football.
It's great.
Yeah.
Trent Dilfer got fired too over the weekend.
Yeah, he got fired by Alabama Birmingham. I think they're 2-4. This is his 3rd season. I actually thought he might do something there.
And Oregon State axed their guy as well, right?
Yeah. I wonder when Napier's gonna. I mean, they're gonna end up firing Napier, I would think.
Is it just because they don't want? They know that the second they do that, the transfer portal opens, and anybody who wants to fly the coop can.
Yeah, that's part of it. Also, you got to think now on Bulldog side. Now that was it Franco or whatever got fired for 50, they're going to be even more vocal. Hey, it's only 53 mil.
No, that's Norvell.
No, that's Norvell.
Norvell's is 53
mil.
I'm saying the other one was 50.
Only 20 mil. That's a bargain.
Napier's only 20 mil?
Yeah, Napier's only 20 million.
Oh, there's got to be some bull gators who've already got the checks already signed.
Done.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Right.
It's amazing how these colleges plead, we have no money, and then they spend $50 million to buy out their coach.
Right.
Okay, whatever.
All right, Bulldog, jealous. You got a lot to talk about over there this afternoon with Brandon Kravitz for Game On starting at 3 on FM 96.9 The Game.
By the way, happy birthday to the great Sammy Hagar. I can't drive 55.
God.
Lynch and Taco.